Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Now, as always, we begin with the situation in Ukraine, and overnight, Sunday, Russian forces launched 2 ballistic missiles and more than 100 drones in a large-scale assault on cities across Ukraine. In the Kharkiv region, missiles struck a densely populated residential district. Preliminary reports say 3 people were killed and 13 injured, including 4 children. Russian troops also attacked energy and port infrastructure in several cities across the Odessa region overnight. As a result of the bombardment, several vessels were damaged and 1 person was injured. Energy authorities reported that more than 32,000 customers in the region were left without electricity. Meanwhile, Denis Pushilin, head of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic, said that Ukrainian drones targeted local energy infrastructure, temporarily cutting off power to around 500,000 consumers. By Monday morning, he claimed that electricity had been partially restored in Donetsk. Meanwhile, inside Russia itself, explosions were heard late on Sunday in the city of Oriol. Local sources reported a possible attack on the Oriol thermal power plant. Russian Telegram channels wrote that multiple drones were flying toward the Oriol region that very evening. Shortly afterward, social media users described loud blasts in different parts of the city and smoke rising from the area of the energy facility. In the Ulyanovsk region, an energy substation in the town of Veshkaima was also attacked. There were no casualties, but data from a NASA satellite confirmed a fire at the site. The Veshkaima substation serves as a key link in the energy ring connecting regions along the Volga River, transmitting significant volumes of electricity to central Russia. The same facility had previously been attacked on the 18th of October. Now, on the battlefield, Russian troops are gradually losing ground near Kupiansk in the Kharkiv region. Russian forces have been forced to withdraw from areas they had recently captured. According to Ukrainian sources, the Russian military simply lacks effective logistics in the city. The sources also stated that while Ukraine faces logistical difficulties, its supply lines remain far more stable than those of the Russians. Russian leader Vladimir Putin had previously claimed that Ukrainian troops were encircled near Kupiansk and even promised to show everything to journalists. However, the opposite reality is actually emerging now. Russian forces, though slowly, are losing their positions, particularly in the northern districts where they once tried to entrench themselves. Meanwhile, Ukraine has concentrated its main force contingent on defending Pokrovsk, and Russian troops have captured new territory in southeastern Ukraine, putting the strategic cities of Orikhiv and Hulyapole at risk of encirclement. Ukraine is engaged in a street fight in Pokrovsk, where up to 500 Russian soldiers are reportedly operating inside the city itself. Due to manpower shortages, some Ukrainian units have been redeployed northward, weakening the southeastern sector of the front. Analysts estimate that over the past 6 weeks, Russian forces have advanced roughly 30 kilometers, accelerating their offensive along the junction of the Donetsk, Zaporizhia and the Dnipro regions. Near the Ukrainian city of Slobozhansky, soldiers from the 4th Regiment of the Rangers Special Forces narrowly avoided direct damage from a Russian FPV drone. The camera captured the moment when the explosive device flew just a few centimeters in front of the combat buggy, practically sliding along the bodywork at breakneck speed. Thanks to the quick reaction of the crew and the skill of the driver, the buggy managed to avoid the impact.
Куди? Поехали!
Again, that gives new meaning to the phrase, "that was close." Again, immense composure there on the part of the troops. They managed to avoid this attack. They checked that everything is fine, and they started moving again. These drones, especially at small distance like that, they are very difficult to avoid. Sometimes it's possible to shoot them down, especially if you have a shotgun. However, there are situations which simply you need to try and dodge that. There is no time left to try and intercept that thing mid-air. And these Ukrainian troops have managed to do just that. Now, moving on. During urban reconnaissance in Kupiansk, Kharkiv region, a unit of Ukrainian special forces encountered a fortified enemy stronghold in a densely built-up area. According to the soldiers, there was a large group of occupiers in the building who had prepared defenses and were controlling the surrounding approaches. Later, off-camera, special forces returned to the site, this time secretly mining the building with TM-72 engineering munitions. According to confirmed reports, the fortification was completely destroyed, along with the enemy unit located inside.
Гранату готуй! Граната! Хорошо! Це я!
Near the city of Lyman, soldiers from the Only Wars Company, great name by the way, of the Ukrainian Third Army continue to demonstrate their impressive skills in conducting assault and reconnaissance operations. Footage from action cameras released by the soldiers themselves captures one such mission, during which the group cleared a number of positions illegally occupied by the Russians without sustaining any losses. First in a forested area and then in one of the settlements near the front line. In the forest, the scouts acted quickly and with technical precision. Moving in small groups, they bypassed potential ambushes and drove out their enemy in close combat. This video shows Ukrainian fighters working in dense greenery, maintaining constant contact with each other, allowing them to avoid losses and prevent encirclement.
Давай, вампір ріж! Йома вже почти біля цели.
Так работает настоящий тигр. Сначала дрон, а потом пехота. Кину. Есть. Сейчас бабах.
Давай, подходь! Давай, там не! Хто кинув гранату? Ще хотів. Це є.
Та все, я думаю, нахуй пи***ю. Все, треба займати укриття.
Що ти заникався? Так! Павна! Обережно, контрольно, обережно. Север, наліво.
Да. Все, класс, есть, готов один.
And with this, we're ending this episode of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.